Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to LTN Sports Dialogue. As you know, this is the point where we discuss a lot of matter sports. And today we are blessed to be talking again about football. You know, football actually is the most popular sport in the world. And as it is, we know the Kenyan football in perspective. Today we want to unravel it and look at it just into details. Just what does it mean? Where are we in terms of football development? Where are we in terms of our competitiveness as a country? Where are we in terms of our leagues against other leagues of Africa? And do we have now the enough requisite ability to go face AFCON? Because we had Chan here, we saw how our boys played. Right now we are headed for CAF and for AFCON, and I know very well that yes, so much is expected out of them. Being hosts, it means so much. Therefore, I have with me here one of the sports legend, and is somebody I think everybody's familiar with, and I want to give him a chance to just say his name once again. But I know you and I know him pretty well. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Your name now?
I'm called Innocent Mutiso. Muthini is my third name. And I was born and raised in Huruma, in Madare constituency. I've played football ever since I was 8 years old. My first coach was actually one of my former teammates, that is Titus Mulama. He's the one who ventured me into football. And it was always a dream of mine to play for Madare United when I was a little kid, because then Madare used to have so many policies that you had to play for Madare United, and you couldn't play for Madare United unless you went through the ranks.
Yeah, the system.
Maisa. You had to have at least once played through Maisa system, so that you are well equipped to handle the pressures that come with Madare United. And then Madare United was serious business then. Mchezo imeletwa kidogo, but I think right now with the current bench, things are moving on very well. We saw Madare ladies the other day, they were promoted back to the Kenya Women's Premier League. So I think the sleeping giant that was Madare United is slowly rising up, and we will be there to support it. That was basically my background. After Madare, when I got to Madare United, I got to the national team, Harambee Stars. I was the captain of the national team under 20. I was the captain of the national team under 23, and I went to play in the senior team. Then after my playing days at Madare United, I actually ran down my contract. I went to Gor Mahia. Remember, we won the league after 18 years of heartbreak. So I definitely know how those Arsenal players are feeling right now. The joy, the pandemonium, and all that.
It is so much noise. It is so much noise, Mutiso.
No, it's not.
It is so much noise.
We deserve it.
Somebody has to give us, we call noise prevention gears.
No.
Because, I mean, we can't have people dancing everywhere and
It
shouting.
was the same. When Gor Mahia, we won the league after 18 years in 2013. Remember the heartbreak in 2012? So in 2013,
I remember I was there at Nyao Stadium.
It was at City Stadium, Toko Mwanda. One of our former fortresses.
Yeah.
And everyone saw what happened.
Yeah.
The whole of Kenya was waiting to celebrate Gor Mahia's achievement after 17 years. Yeah. But it not happened. It was heartbreak from Thika United. I remember very well. I was in that game because the current coach, I had not joined Gor Mahia yet, but the current coach, Logarusi, had invited me for the finals because he wanted to sign me for the next season. So that heartbreak really really hit the Gor Mahia fans very badly, and also the players. We saw the players just lied down. You know, when you work so hard throughout the season and lose it at the end.
Against Thika United.
It's very painful. And then I was one of the players, when I was playing for the Madare United, who denied Gor Mahia some points, because when I was at Gor Mahia, when I was at Madare United, Gor Mahia never beat me. And when I went to Gor Mahia,
was a bogey team
yes, and when I went to Gor Mahia, Madare never beat me. So I don't know, I guess it was fate. But then again, it was well deserved for the Gor Mahia fans. After 2013, after 18 years of heartbreak, tears, the team was, there's a time they were almost relegated even. So we could understand the joy that Arsenal fans have right now after 22 years of heartbreak.
But even for the Gor Mahia time, I remember I was alive and I know what happened. It wasn't that deafening.
It was like that. Remember when we were going to pick our trophy when we were playing KKCB?
Yeah.
We lost that game 2-0 at Kasarani. But remember the procession, from town.
The black limousines.
Exactly, the limousines. We were limousines. We have never been treated like that. I had never, before that, been in a limousine.
Yeah.
But Gor Mahia made me sit inside a limousine. We were given VVIP reception.
Yeah.
That is all we've always been wanting for local players.
Yeah.
I can say maybe I wasn't lucky enough to go and play abroad, but I'm glad that both teams that I played for got me out of the borders, and also with Harambee Stars.
Yeah.
And I always say that my fate, I think it was sealed here in Kenya.
Yeah.
Play here, I achieved everything here that is to achieve, apart from the Go TV Shield Cup. That one I never won, but I think
you won every other cup.
I won every other cup, and I'm grateful for everything that football has given me. And right now, we are here together. Football is the one which is feeding me right now. So,
so for you, football
it
is
has
life.
been football. I eat, drink, and sleep football
Ah, fantastic.
since I was 8 years old.
Now, Gor Mahia are champions again. So the step that you guys took in 2013 has propelled Gor Mahia to another mind-boggling 9 titles in that period of time, and it's become now a culture that Gor Mahia cannot go 3 seasons without winning the league.
Well, they don't call us the husband of all teams for nothing.
The husband of all teams. Now.
Exactly,
Yeah.
we are the husband of all
So
teams.
Gor Mahia takes a break like 1 year, and then the following season they reclaim it, and it's become a tradition.
Yeah, it has become a tradition, and I always tell the current players that remember where it all started. Gor Mahia was in the doldrums.
Yeah.
It was a sleeping giant for 18 good years. But in 2013, we sparked that fire that is still burning in Gor Mahia right now.
So the culture was embedded then.
Yes.
That yes. This is a championship team, a championship club that nothing else but championship.
Championship, and ever since we've seen, whenever Gor Mahia goes down, it's maybe 1 ikienda sana 2 seasons without winning the trophy.
Hardly like in the last 6 years, it's been only twice.
In 11 years since from Gor Mahia, that is 2015.
Yeah.
We've won it 9 times.
9 times
since then.
Yeah, including this one now.
Actually, it is
that's crazy.
Tuscan Police.
It is Tuscan Police
who
who have
denied.
interrupted them.
Yes,
Nobody else has interrupted
No
Gor
one
Mahia.
else. So the dominance of Gor Mahia is clear for everyone to see.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, congratulations, Gor Mahia. At least you are having your 22nd title, and that is nothing but greatness.
I'm
Because
sure if Baba was still alive,
if Baba was still alive,
this would have been his greatest moment ever.
Arsenal and Gor Mahia at the
Arsenal
same
and Gor
time.
Mahia winning the same time.
The same fashion again.
The same fashion. 22nd league title for Gor Mahia. After 22 years,
22 years.
Arsenal win the trophy. So
Wow.
I
So
think
Baba
he would have
would
been
have
very
been all
proud
them
and
won.
happy.
But I saw Arsenal fans attributing this win to Baba.
Yeah.
They went there. Some of them went there to just wish him well wherever he's lying. That Baba, rest in peace. We've done this. Has been done for you.
Yeah,
You feel
even
proud wherever you
some
are.
Harambee Stars players who applied their trade in England, the likes of Zeko Biero, they're actually in Kangweka Jaramogi yesterday to go and honor the resting giant.
Well, and that's it. And now we are in Kenya. Motis, you've been in football. This happening that actually happened between Gor Mahia and Mara just the other week. Tomorrow this match will be played in Homa Bay. Eventually it will be played in Homa Bay. And Mara insisted to go, I don't know where. It has been, this ping pong around this. What would you say about it? Because Gor Mahia traveled, they've been there in Homa Bay, spending crazily. If it were not for Gor Mahia being Gor Mahia, maybe they would have been brought back, maybe at Gani, but if they flew there, remained in Homa Bay, they've been there till today. They are still there until the game is played.
First of all, I'd like everyone to know that I have a seat in the Player Status Committee at the Federation. So anything I say here is not a true reflection of the Federation. These are my own opinions.
Your own opinion.
Yes, and going by the rules, that game should just be played in one of the 3 venues that Mara Sugar gave at the beginning of the season. I think every team is given a chance to give out their home ground
alternative
and 2 alternative grounds. And Marashuga gave one of the alternative grounds as Homa Bay Stadium. So I don't know why they didn't want to play their match at Homa Bay, one of the neutral venues, one of the alternative venues that they gave out. So I think there was a lot of things going on behind the scenes that were not being told. And what Marashuga did, my opinion, was they did not have goodwill. It didn't show true sportsmanship. And it's sad that that this is happening in Kenyan football at this time and age. It's very sad.
Very sad.
And the management at Marashuga needs to go back to the drawing board and reflect on where they went wrong, because right now they'll be tagged. They'll be given so many tags, and it's bad since they are still new in the league.
Now imagine.
You just can't come and start ruffling the feathers of Gor Mahia bana. These are giants, not only in East Africa, even in all of Africa.
The whole of Africa.
Tunajulikana everywhere. So you cannot just come. We remember the previous regime, they tried to rattle the feathers of FC Leopards and Gor Mahia. These are the biggest clubs in East and Central Africa, here in Kenya. Without those 2 clubs, I don't think there can be much football happening in Kenya here.
True.
That's a fact.
It's a fact.
That is one thing that it should be instilled in the football administrators. You cannot just come and want to do away with these 2 big teams. You cannot do that. So what Marashuga did, I think it was not in goodwill, and I think they should give out a statement and apologize with all this hullabaloo. They even took Gor Mahia to court. Surely, a home match, which is supposed to be played on an alternative ground that you gave out, then you are saying that we have monotony of choosing where we want to play.
How? You can't operate without rules.
Then you want to take a home game over 200 kilometers away.
Actually 500 from Awendo to Wanguru.
To Wanguru. Like, I've never heard of anything like that. Gone are the days when you'd want to... there were times that when, let's say a team like... let's say a team which didn't have a stadium here in Nairobi, and the stadiums here in Nairobi, we all know when the government or the county stadiums are closed, there's no stadium here in Nairobi. So when clubs wanted to have more money in terms of gate collection, they will, when they're playing Gor Mahia and they're at home, they will still take the game away to Kisumu so that they get that gate collection.
To get the revenue.
Exactly, the revenue. So I don't know what motivation that Marashuga had to take the game to Wanguru. Yes, Gor Mahia fans will still go there, but it's not the same Gor Mahia fans that will be in Homa Bay. Remember, where does Gor Mahia come from?
Homa Bay.
Homa Bay. So you're denying so many people, so many fans, a chance to revel in and bask in the glory of Gor Mahia. They've never seen the trophy being lifted in Homa Bay. They've never seen that. So you'll be denying so many people such good tidings. And for me, that's not sportsmanship. And Marashuga should apologize for bringing the game into disrepute.
Well, that's it. We think and believe that a better way, a more sporting kind of gesture would be presented by all the teams in the Premier League. And if at all there's anything that was happening behind the scenes, let's have that out of football. Football is a game of chances, is a game that makes guys happy. It's pointless sometimes to drag people into things that don't make sense. Well, now, over and about that, now we as a country, where is our football? During your times, you guys, like when you're in Gor Mahia, even at Madare, I also began playing football in Maisa, Isili, at the PCA Isili. That's where I began, but somewhere down the road, I left and got into other things, then came back to football later on in high school, but that's another story. That's story for another day. Now, I'm looking at our Kenyan team right now. They are Rambe Stars. Even from the selection that was done, we only have four main players from the Chan contingent that we had last time. What does this mean? Does it mean that our league has not gotten competitive enough to give us players who can go and challenge at the AFCON? According to Benny McCarthy, he's brought only 4 or 5 at most players who are there, and most four from Gor Mahia and one from Tusker. That is what's there.
You know, someone who likes being objective, and I like talking facts. And facts can only be disputed by more facts, not speculation and subjectivity. And when I look at Kenyan football, especially our leagues, over the last decade, Tanzania overtook us. Na wakaenda kabisa.
By miles.
By miles. When you see CAF or FIFA go to Tanzania and said, this is the benchmark for the Super League for Africa. Remember, Super League was rejected in Europe, but in Africa it was accepted. And the launch was in Tanzania because the president of FIFA or CAF, they like to be associated with success. And that was success. Remember, for the FIFA president has been ignoring Kenya for a while. Went to South Sudan, went to Rwanda, went to Tanzania, but never to Kenya. Because of all the wrangles that have been happening within our federation. And that is wrong. Wakenya tunapiganianga tu tumbo zetu peke yake. Atuangaliangi huko mbele. Unajua ukikula kule kidogo kidogo ni mingi at the end. Si unakula hii mingi tu mara moja.
Alafu huko mbele hakuna kitu.
Huko mbele hakuna kitu. Watu mlango inafungwa ama hiyo barabara inakuwa blocked. So when I look at our league, it's not that lucrative like the Tanzanian league.
True.
There's a time we had an influx of Tanzanian players here in Kenya. We had an influx of Nigerian players here in Kenya. Congolese players here in Kenya, Sudanese, Ugandans, so many during my playing time. Wa Tanzania wako wapi sahi?
They're in the league.
Yeah, kidogo sana. They are in the league. Hata hakuna actually.
Wakena Mapunda, people like that.
Ivo Mapunda, the one I played with Gor Mahia. Remember ile towel? Taulo.
He is famous towel.
So right now the Tanzanian league is lucrative, and more Kenyans, even the ladies, they are going to Tanzania because kuna pesa, there's some kind of organization. It's lucrative. And when I look at the Kenyan league, for the first time in, I think, over a decade, the league was so competitive. And it's because the money was raised from 4 million, which was non-existent before. Ilikuwa nipata potea kama it will come to your club, to 15 million. Right now there's something, it's only not number one who's taking everything. There's something to play for number two. There's something that number three will also get. And I think going forward, even up to number 10, or even the whole of the league, there'll be some kind of revenue trickling down. And that is what we want in Kenyan football. So that you just don't go to the league to add numbers. There's something that you're playing for.
And live.
Now, remember our days, we used to have top 8. So you know that even if you don't make it to, you don't win the league, there's something that you're playing for. You're fighting to finish number 8. And the league was very competitive. Remember the last time FC Leopards almost won the league was in 2013. They took us to the wire.
Not like this one?
Not like this one. They took us to the wire. Remember very well. They took us to the wire. And that is the last time FC Leopards were competitive. And when the current chairman, Ambani Boniface, my good friend, went to FC Leopards, there was so much hullabaloo against that. But I was telling people, you just be patient. Be patient. Let's see if he does. You know, when you vote for someone, give him a chance. You've given him a contract of, let's say, 4 to 5 years or 2 to 3 years. Watch amalize your contract. So that you judge at the end of the contract, what has he done? The boxes that you have put there, has he ticked all the boxes? Look at FC Leopards right now and FC Leopards last season. Contrasting.
A totally different
And
team.
the success is no mean feat. What Ambani has achieved is no mean feat. And I wish that more clubs can get his blueprint. Yes, ndio watu wengi sana wanaongea about his talkings on the social media,
mpaka wanaitwa Facebook chairman,
and all that, but that's beside the point. What about the work that he's doing?
He's delivering at the most important place.
FC Leopards right now is no longer a briefcase office. Doesn't have a briefcase office. They have a physical office.
A fully functional secretariat.
Yes, a fully functional secretariat where everyone has their input.
Wonderful.
It's so wonderful what's going on in a short period. Very short period. And I wish that they had Ambani even before. But anyway, God's time is the best.
Yeah.
And right now you can see they are reaping the fruits of having Boniface Ambani as the chairman. Yes, he's not perfect, but so far what he's done is commendable. And if he can attract even more corporates in that club, I think FC Leopards will grow.
Yes.
And maybe start winning titles. Right now, I was saying even at the beginning of the season that they are still not ready. They are still not yet ready. And when they were like 2 points off Gor Mahia, and then they had 2 games at hand, and I was like, wow, FC Leopards really look like
they're challenging for this.
They are challenging for this. But then again, you see, there's that experience also. The players are not that experienced, and that it shows also it's reflecting on the national team. We don't have players from FC Leopards in the national team.
Yeah.
Yes, you've taken Gor Mahia to the sword and maybe to the wire in terms of the league, but the players are still not ready. The coach Benny McCarthy talked about the quality of the Kenyan league or the Kenyan local-based players as opposed to foreign-based players, and we saw there's a huge difference. I remember when during CHAN we won against Morocco, who are the eventual winners.
Yeah.
But when you look at the Morocco national team that's going to World Cup, it's only one player, the top scorer of the CHAN tournament, who makes the bench and is not even assured of minutes.
Crazy.
So
crazy.
there are levels to this game.
They're worlds apart, actually.
And AFCON is the epitome of African football.
Yeah.
You cannot compare it to the CHAN.
Yeah.
In Kenya, it was the most successful CHAN ever, as per the words of the CAF president, Patrice Motsepe, of which we also, the fans really turned out. We enjoyed it. We enjoyed seeing Harambee Stars beating Morocco. But it's not the same level. It's not the same level. So people should stop making noise. The coach, Benny McCarthy, knows what he's doing. Okay. Yes, people are saying that he's not been here locally seeing the Kenyan players. And it is true. I've seen so many Kenyan players who are good, and I think they are ready for the national team. But are they ready for AFCON? That's another story. The likes of Akina Aroko, who was taking the league by storm. Yeah. King Joe, who's scoring left, right, and center. Paul Okoth from Ulinzi Stars, who's also scoring. Kelly Madada, FC Leopards, such good players. Gor Mahia, the likes of Sharif Musa. Remember, he was given his debut. Aliwekwa kwa supu moto sana against Senegal. We were blanked out 8-0. So we saw these are the levels, and ile kitu moja Kenyans naweza sema vile tuko, it's in our nature to be reactive. We are hardly proactive, and we react to everything and anything. And that's why you can see FIFA already FIFA with the statement that everyone has seen.
Actually, we are coming to that as we wind up, though. Yeah. Now, where do you rate our football development in the last 10 years? Has it gone down? Has it improved, or what? Now, locally speaking,
it had gone down, but it's slowly picking up.
Yeah.
And I've been saying on so many platforms that you see this CHAN, it will be a very good opportunity for Kenya to show its capacity in hosting a major tournament.
Yeah.
And we have the capacity. And we are still, and that's why you can see Patrick Motsepe has been coming to Kenya so many times, because he can see the potential that Kenya has in hosting a major tournament. And your AFCON, if we were only serious throughout the years, say not serious na stories of sports. If we were serious in the previous years, we could have hosted the AFCON alone.
Kenya
within
alone.
Our borders.
Kenya alone.
Yeah.
Possible.
Kuna stadium in Eldoret, kuna stadiums in Kisumu, there are stadiums in Homa Bay. There's a Siaya Stadium, there's Nakuru Stadium.
Yes.
Kuna stadium in Machakos, of which ni mabati tu hata kama, but your space iko. Kuna stadium in Mombasa. Actually, I was in Mombasa last week, and Mombasa Municipal Stadium, it is being renovated. Yeah. They were clearing the bushes and putting renovations to that place. So we have the capacity to host even the World Cup. Why not? We can. If that CHAN was that successful, it has shown that we have the capacity to host major events.
And if you can do Talanta just here for in 3 years,
do
a mega project like Talanta, it means in 10 years, if you had a plan, we'd be having like 5 Talantas around.
Yes, we could. And right now where Kenyan football is, I think we are still slowly picking up. I was saying in very many platforms that you see this league after the CHAN, it will be one of the most competitive yet. And it was. True to my words, it was. Because we saw the way the Harambee Stars players were treated during CHAN. Motivation through their pockets. You know, mchezaji ni pesa kwa mfuko.
Pesa kwa mfuko.
When I was at Gor Mahia, after we win on a Saturday and we go back to training on Tuesday at Tokomwanda, if our lances had not been disbursed, Coach Logarusi could tell us, you guys, you go to the terraces, let me call the chairman. And he will call the chairman. Mr. Achier, Ambrose Achier, my good friend, he'll call him and say, I cannot train hungry players.
Give them their due.
Give them their dues. And we'll see our team manager, Franco Una, na bag yake. TM, with his bag, has money. So, money is everything in football. And we've seen when a player is motivated financially, because so many people think that this is only entertainment. No, these are our lives. Hii ndo job yetu.
It's work.
It's work. This is what gives us bread on the table, food on the table.
Yes.
Na unaonekana kwa TV every other weekend, on TV, when you go back to the village, everyone thinks that you have money, but una kitu yoyote. You don't have anything. We see you every day, every time on TV, but every time we ask you for money, you don't have. When we want some development here, you build a house for your parents, you cannot afford.
Mamako nyumbani hata uwezi msaidia.
Exactly. But we always see you
on TV.
TV si ati inalipa, but if we make our league competitive like it was this year, we work on our marketing, and the clubs invest in security. That is very vital. Security. How must was tunaona wapelekeni training wakuwe SSO certified, CAF certified. How must was water. So that kukuwe na organization. It was very sad during the derby. You have paid for your VIP ticket or VVIP ticket, and you go there, then kuna watoto wanakuja tu wamevuruga and you're watching the game while standing, and you've paid 5,000 up of VIP or VVIP. Crazy. Or 10,000. It is crazy. So once we invest in security, fans, families, wata feel safe. And I hope right now that Talanta Stadium is being completed. I really hope the 10% they are really thinking about safe zones where families can come with their children, where parents can come with their children, where people living with disabilities can also enjoy the game, where we have places where it's PWD friendly. They can have safe zones for that. Like it's 60,000 capacity. Yeah, 10,000 capacity. A safe zone. For where parents can come with their kids. Because we saw in CHAN, kids were coming to the stadium and it was safe. And it's because the standards that were brought by CAF. It was either their way or the highway. And we only need to maintain those standards and go up a notch level. So the sleeping giant that was Kenyan's football, it's slowly rising, it's slowly waking up. This season is only a taste of what is to come. And if we can if we can add more money to the prize money, if we can have more corporates coming in, but you see, we cannot have all that if we are not marketing our clubs, if we're not marketing our league, if we don't have security in our stadiums, if we don't have fans in the stadium. All these things, they bring about trust within the corporate world. And once we put our house in order, the corporates will come running in.
They will come.
Because they will get their ROI. Yeah. They will get their ROI. Because when they see wakikuja kwa stadium, waone Nyayo Stadium is full, Kenya Police versus Tusker, or even half full, then the ROI has been met.
Yes, return
of investment is already there. So those are the things, the critical things that I think should be should be given the honors, especially with our clubs. You know, our clubs should not depend on the federation for income. Clubs should look for their own money. The money that's coming from the federation through broadcast rights or title sponsors can only come to supplement whatever they have. And I really hope from next season, the federation tightens its noose when it comes to club licensing. The minimum threshold, a club has to show its capacity to pay their players. These players, remember, they're not only there for entertainment, they are there as employees. You have to show the ability that you can play you can pay your player from January to December, not from August to May, because this is an employee of the club. So sasa hata kwa pre-season
bado ni employee,
anafanya kazi, lazima apate training allowance, yeye ni employee. So a team has to show its capacity that you can pay these players their salary, basic salary. And I hope the federation can tighten its noose to this. Every club should have a functioning secretariat, a fully fledged secretariat. We are tired of briefcase offices. We are tired of them. Na hizi ndo zile vitu unapata when you have a briefcase office in your club. That's where corruption lies, because there are no macho si mingi.
There are no checks.
Yes, there are no checks. There's no oversight.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on. So when you have a fully fledged secretariat, then things will be moving. I remember a previous president who had an office pale kando ya swimming pool with no secretariat. It's only the CEO and some workers. A whole federation which is in charge of whole Kenya has only 10 employees. That's unheard of. And when the next regime came in, we saw they put onus in a fully fledged secretariat. Yeah. And we're starting right now to see the fruits. We're starting now to see the onus. If what Tanzania did is basically the same thing. First, they have a base, operational base, where the federation office is, where everything you need to know about Tanzanian football is there. We were camped there when I was at Harambee Stars.
At TFF.
At TFF. Kulikuwa na kiwanja hapo. Is there a ground at the federation right now?
Goal project hata nyumba mjamaliza kujenga.
I used to sleep at Goal Project. We used to sleep at Goal Project when we were at Harambee Stars. That is in 2010. Mattress ilikuwa toshana hivi kama ulimi. It's so sad. Tumetoka mbali. But I'm sure right now there's somewhere that we are heading. You know, it's no longer fun. We are making those baby steps. And we hope this is where Tanzania started.
Yeah.
And we really hope, you know, tusidanganyane, wachezaji wa Kenya ni wadeli kuliko wa Tanzania. You know, ni kweli. Si ni wadeli. Ni ile tu
huko ni dondo iko.
Direction.
Ndio waona.
Hatuna hiyo direction. But right now I see that football is heading to the right trajectory. This hullabaloo is taking football to court. Hizo vitu zinafazisha. Ball ichezwe kwa ground. Ball ichezwe kwa kiwanja. What Mara Sugar did, hiyo kitu is very sad, and I hope that tupeleke ball kwa kiwanja. Ikuwe sasa tunapeleka kitu kwa koti, you have your facts.
All the internal mechanisms zimekuwa exhausted.
Due process was followed.
Well, we are now winding up, and we can't wind up before talking about FIFA's directive and response to FKF turmoil. I mean, not even 1 year and a half is gone. Man, we are all over again, you know, falling over one another. It's chaos. It's I don't know, suspension on this end. It is admission on the other end. It's just chaos again. What's happening? Now, to say this is now a fresh start. What fresh start is here? You work in that federation. Tell us what it is. And as the letter has just stated so well, that there are statutes that were breached in reaching particular decisions by the NEC members who made that decision, including the Vice President, Makarad Mariga. Where does this one leave the federation now? How will these people again come together and work together for the good of our football? Because I see serious bad blood. At the Chapa Dimba in Kisumu launch, I could see a president and a deputy who are not even in talking terms. What federation is that? And now, given this directive FIFA has brought about, I think there is a petition for an SGM right now for the federation. Now, this SGM perhaps is to expel the rebellious NEC members. Then again, we will be mending in the next 2 years. This pulling on this end and that. Why can't we have our football cool without all this pulling and tagging?
Mimi husema hakuna mkate ngumu mbele ya chai. So there's nothing that's too big cannot be resolved. What FIFA did, it's well in. and it's good. It's a good thing that what FIFA FIFA responded, because they only want one thing: just follow due process.
Due process.
You cannot say that you cannot do things the wrong way for the right reasons.
No way.
You cannot do that. So people should just go back to the drawing board or the board and resolve these issues. If it cannot be solved amicably, then follow due process in everything that you do. That is what FIFA has said. And I've seen that statement, and FIFA have categorically stated that we should not be doing things hastily. They have stated that due process should be followed. They've stated that they have seen over the years the wrangles that have been with the federation. And I think maybe FIFA wamechoka na sisi.
I mean wamechoka.
Every federation, every regime has had wrangles.
Has wrangles.
From the days of Hatimi, remember when there was FKL, and then FKE, then FKF.
Yeah.
The next during Mr. Nyamoya's time, there's a time we had 2 leagues.
Yeah.
And I remember very well because that is when I started my push for being the president of KEFWA. That is when I started that push, because 3 months on, the league had not started. And then it was, you play, you get paid. So 3 months have not started. The players are hungry. The players don't have money in their pocket. So me together with some influential players together with me, we called on the captains of the KPL then, and we told them that this cannot continue happening and we have to do something about it. And remember, the league was split into 2. There was the FKF Premier League, which is ongoing right now, and there was the KPL.
The KPL.
No, the KPL.
Kenya Premier League.
People forget easily that FKF Premier League started during Nyamoya's time. In 2015. I was there.
Yeah.
Nakumbuka vizuri sana. Na hiyo time tuliletananga juu na yeye. And he threatened me. How do you threaten someone who has put you in office? Ni ngumu sana. Ni ngumu sana. So he had to go.
Yeah. So
that football normalizes.
Yeah.
And the next regime, Nick Mwendo, started off very well, but they lost their way somewhere in between. Remember pia kuna time he was a resident at the DCI.
Yeah.
And it was so sad seeing him being treated that way. But then again, for football to normalize, there are some things which had to be done.
Yeah.
And when the government came in, we also the long hand of FIFA. They suspended us. And we lost so much.
Yeah.
In that period we were suspended. We lost so much. We don't want to go back there. Tuko na AFCON. This is the epitome of African football. So we cannot go to AFCON with wrangles. No.
A divided house.
A divided house. We cannot. Lazima tulainishe vitu. We have to make our league competitive so that our visitors pia wakikuja tusiwalete aibu. We want to show them that Kenyans, we talk big kwa mtandao. But vile tunafanya pia vitu haileti shangwe, and we have to change our ways. We need to be less reactive and more proactive in how we do our things.
Well, no problem. It's been what it is. This is LTN Dialogue. That's why we dialogue here and give so much information. You've heard the journeys of KPL, FKF, everything. It's been a Tower of Babel at FKF. Why? FIFA is also tired. In their letter somewhere they wrote that, there is no... there's a point they said that this group has not even given us enough documentation to ascertain why they took this decision. And that is why I say, before you venture into anything, look at the war you are getting into. If you can adequately complete that war, don't start a war that you can't complete adequately. And therefore, Mutiso, thank you very much for coming in. A football legend, a Gor Mahia star. He's also a Maisa colleague of the very early times. So walienda wakaenda mbele, sisi tulibaki hapo chini kuja kwa utangazaji. Lakini all the way, all the same, we say thank you for having gotten this time.
Thank you very much.
I can assure you, we will again bring you. It's so entertaining. It's so nice to have you around.
Sawa.
Yeah. So asante sana Mutiso.
Thank you
for your time, and to you the viewer, this is LTN Sports Dialogue coming to you. I've been your host, Nick Okello. Let's have it again next time, the same way. Have yourselves some wonderful moments ahead.